Hey everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. So today I'm going to be doing a goldfish fry update. I feel a bit daft keep calling them goldfish fry because obviously they are really large now, but they're still our babies. And I'm also going to be showing you what happened to our pothos plant. So the babies are now 2.5 months old and they are growing like crazy. They are eating exceptionally well. They just eat just about everything we put in the tank, and they are in certain light starting to show some colour, so that's exciting that is actually finally starting to happen. Apparently their colours can come through basically at any time. It's not a case of they hit a certain age and then the colours will show, so it's just one of those things. We've got to play the waiting game, but I was really excited when I did a top view of them that you can actually see some colour pigmentation, which is absolutely fantastic. So this was them 3 weeks ago, and for those of you that haven't been maybe following along with their growth, I've been using this breeder box as a size reference, and so this is how they looked 3 weeks ago, and then this is how they look today at 2.5 months old, and as you can see there is a huge difference. I think that probably this is the last time that I'm going to be able to put the two of them in the box together as they are getting so big. You can see that there's a big difference in their shape now, and one is much sort of stockier and then the other one is still a lot longer. We have no swimming issues whatsoever, which I am so pleased about as it is such a common problem, especially in Ranchus. So I am very, very happy about that because that has been a big concern all along. They do have huge appetites and we are still feeding them 3 times a day. Their staple food is the frozen bloodworm and brine shrimp, and then I'm also still doing Daphnia and the Rapashi gel food, and they just absolutely love anything we put in the tank, and they do eat quite large amounts considering the size of them, but they're growing really well. So on this top view here you can actually see, especially in the bigger one, you can see sort of colour pigmentation, and just in certain lights from the side view as well I do get glimpses of the colour is changing. It does seem to be either orange or red, and throughout this video if you actually just sort of watch certain light you will actually see that there is colour. In fact you can see it there now in the bigger of the two. There's just that pigmentation at the base of the tail, so I just can't wait to see how they're going to turn out. In the background you can see mom and dad, and so I just thought that we would put them in front of the main tank so you can see the differences. And mom actually looks really quite tiny there, but she is still considerably bigger than them. It just doesn't seem to show on camera. I don't know why the goldfish don't seem to show up the size they physically are on camera, but they don't. They seem so much smaller when I actually watch video back. It's like they just seem so tiny when in reality they are actually quite large. Our water change schedule is still 50% every day, and that is definitely agreeing with them with the fact that they have grown so quickly and are extremely healthy. We have done a few rounds of Prazipo for gill flukes, and then I have just recently done a treatment of general cure, and they're nothing but preventative. A lot of breeders do that with their babies as they get older. They do different rounds of treatment because with most goldfish they do actually have gill flukes, and so we just wanted to be sure that we just kept on top of that. So I think they've had now, I think it's 3 rounds of Prazipo over their lifespan, and then like I say we've just done our first treatment of general cure, and I will probably do that again just before they go in the main tank so that there's no risk of introducing anything. And the main tank I actually did do a preventative with the Prazipo just recently so that the tank is ready for the babies to go in. So it's not going to be too much longer before they do go into the tank. We probably will put them in about another month or so, because we are going on vacation very soon, and I don't want to do it while we're away, because we're away for quite a while. So we've got somebody else looking after the fish, and so I don't want to be worrying about, are they getting enough food and what about water changes. So I'm going to wait till we get back, and then I will do a video on them going into the big tank and just how they get on. In case you're wondering what it is that they're eating in the tank, this is just a large piece of gel food, and my son is just holding it into the water while I video. This is our underwater camera, and I think the footage is pretty good. It does tend to be a lot darker though when I do go under than when I actually do it outside of the tank. But as you can see, they just absolutely love this food. Normally I do feed it in chunks, but we just thought it would be good if we could get the babies and the adults sort of all in the same shot. A lot of you have been asking, how are we going to manage the tank if the babies are going in it, because technically it is going to be overstocked as it is a 55 gallon. And what we will do for the interim is just a lot more water changes, just to make sure that we stay on top of keeping the water parameters where they need to be. However, since adding the Pothos in the tank, we have gone from really high nitrites and having to water change every 4 to 5 days to our nitrites, even after a week in the Goldfish tank, are still only at 5 since adding the Pothos. So we do still do large water changes, but I now only do them once a week. But once we add the babies in, then I'm going to probably have to go to 2 water changes, just until we figure out what is more beneficial. But usually as goldfish are growing anyway, especially in their first year, it is more beneficial to do more regular water changes. So I probably for a few months will just go to doing twice a week water changes, and that will help with their growth and just keep everything okay with the water parameters. We do have plans to reorganize all our tanks, and so eventually they will be going into a bigger tank. So going back to our Pothos plant, as many of you know, we have several cuttings in the tank, and over the last month or so it has grown a lot of blackbeard algae. So I decided I wanted to see if I could get rid of it if I wanted to. I actually don't mind it being on the plant, simply because I think it does look kind of cool and the fish really like it. One of our goldfish, she spends hours like picking at it and pulling at it, and it keeps them entertained. So I do actually like it in the tank, but I wanted to see if we really wanted to get rid of it, would we be able to. So I did some research, and hydrogen peroxide is the way to go if you want to get rid of it. So I took the plant out, I made up a solution of hydrogen peroxide and mixed it with some water, and I can't fully remember the ratio, and then sprayed it down and just left it to soak. And to be perfectly honest, I thought we'd end up killing the Pothos as well, just simply because we weren't just killing it off on maybe some driftwood. If you know, sometimes you can get it on driftwood or decorations in a tank, and you can just take them off, spray them down, and it kills it. But obviously this is plant roots, and so I wasn't sure if we would end up killing the plant itself because we were actually spraying the roots with hydrogen peroxide. But as it turned out, it was okay. Once we'd left it sitting for a while, we did actually then rinse it off very thoroughly, and I put it back into the tank, and as you can see, it started to go a reddy colour, and then I think it was after maybe a day or two, this is how it ended up looking. So I do think that had I continued, we probably would have killed it off, but I didn't continue with taking it out again and trying again with spraying, and so as you can see, we've ended up with it back on the roots again. But the Pothos plant is growing really well. It's not hindered it in any way. I was concerned with obviously the black algae taking nutrients, that it might damage the Pothos itself and that the leaves wouldn't stay green and wouldn't be growing, but it has grown crazy growth. So I am just really pleased. I like the way it looks. The fish absolutely love it. They spend so long going in and out of it and chewing at it that it's actually a nice addition to the tank. And I'm sure that if I kept on top of it, I probably could get rid of it if I really wanted to. So this is the Pothos, and as you can see, it just looks amazing. Some of it is draped down the back of the tank. On some of the shots, it might look like the leaves are actually submersed. They're not. They're just at the back of the tank so that it gives a bit of greenery towards the back. So that is our goldfish update, and I will do another update on them once we're back from vacation and they go into the adult tank. If for some reason I feel like they're not ready, then I will do another video on them anyway, and then once they are ready to go in the big tank, then obviously I will video that for you as well. Don't forget our 10,000 subscriber video. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave a link in the little top iCard that you can go on over and enter for that giveaway. I want to say thank you to everybody who's already entered, and I know that there was a little bit of confusion when it came to one entry only, and what that means is it is only one email address per person. So if you have several email addresses and you start entering under lots of different email addresses, those entries will automatically be deleted. So what it means by that is just one email account per person, and then it will open up other opportunities for you to gain more entries, but that is still all under your one email account. So I hope that clears it up for you. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to this channel and would like to see more videos like this, then please do so. If you want to know when we do upload a video, if you hit that notification bell, that will let you know each time a video goes up. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.